All right, so don't you wish you had a crystal ball to know exactly where Amazon's moving next, or maybe Facebook or Tesla? You know, I don't have a crystal ball for you, but I'm going to show you exactly the North American migration trends. So in this video, I'm going to answer the question, where is the best real estate market to buy in? All right, so come along with me on this journey. I'm going to show you a secret weapon. This little trick, this little tool on the internet is going to make you absolutely a fortune if you follow it. So come on, I'm going to show you, I'm going to break down something called the North American Migration Map. All right, so I want to show you something by North American Moving Services. They provide this. It's actually the 2020 U.S. Migration Report. This is quite powerful to know where people are moving out of and moving into. So if you notice here, the reds are the outbound states. So for instance, outbound states would be like California. Another one is the gray. These are more balanced states. So what does outbound mean? There's more people moving out than moving in. A balanced state is, let's just say that 300,000 people are moving in and 300,000 people move out. So that would be a balanced state because it's about equal to what's moving in and what's moving out. Now the inbound states, places like Florida and Texas, these are states where people are moving more inbound. So I'll show you this little tool is really powerful here. You know, if you notice here, in 2020, 36% of people are moving into California, 64% are moving out. So it's a higher outbound than it is inbound. Idaho is one of those states where a lot of people are moving in. This is actually the #1 state people are moving into right now. So if you're selecting a real estate market, where's the best real estate market to buy in? You know, I would say Idaho is one of those states because there's a lot of people, there's more people moving in than out. So there's only 30% of people moving out. So if you do 70 minus 30, 70, 60, 50, 40, you got 40% more moving in than out. What's another good state? Colorado, 54%. Texas, 55%. Florida, let's see, 57%, beating Texas by a few percent. And then you got South Carolina, 63%. And let me just get rid of this. So let's just look at another outbound state here. So you got Michigan with about 40% moving in, 60% moving out. So if you notice here, these are all like warmer states except for Idaho and Colorado. The warmer states are in the lead because people are getting older, they're living longer, and these warmer states are definitely very plentiful for them, and they're appreciating moving to these warmer climates. So let's just break this down. Top inbound states: Idaho 70%, Arizona 64%, South Carolina 63%, Tennessee 63%, North Carolina, 61. Top outbound states. So I would recommend on the outbound states, these are probably states I would not want to buy in. You know, these are probably the markets I wouldn't want to go in. You know, Illinois, New York, California, New Jersey, Maryland. Now, granted, that doesn't mean no one's moving to it. I just showed you, you know, there's still people moving into California, even though it's an outbound state. You know, if you look at 2020, 64% are moving out, and 36% are moving in. 36% are moving in. So let's look at the key takeaways. People are fleeing California for Texas and Idaho. Illinois, New York, and New Jersey are the 3 states with the most outbound moves. So if I was going to pick a market, I probably would not pick one of those markets to buy real estate in as far as the outbound ones. The top 5 inbound states in 2020 are Idaho, which is the lead, then Arizona, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, with Tennessee overtaking South Carolina from the 2019 results. Florida, Texas, and Colorado round out the top 8 states for inbound moves. Florida, Texas, and Colorado, some of the 3 most amazing states there. Despite pandemic, people continue to move at rates comparable to 2019. The northeastern states take the lead in outbound migration, probably because it's so cold up there. And the cost of living is way, way higher. The southern states, the Sun Belt migrations, they trend counties. So let's just look. You know, Idaho seems to be like in the top. So if you were asking me for an exact answer right now, I would say Idaho, Colorado, Texas, or Florida. One of those 3. But you also have Arizona. And I want to get into why these Texas and Florida especially, Florida and Texas are high, because you don't have income taxes in Florida or Texas. They're not taxing you on your income. So if you make a high income and you move from a state, say for instance, let's just say you move from California where they have high income taxes and you move to Texas or Florida. Now Florida's probably gonna have a little bit less property taxes. That's probably why they're a couple percent above Texas, but they also don't have high income taxes. So you're automatically getting a higher standard of living because the housing in Florida is cheaper, the housing in Texas is cheaper, and they're not taxing you on your high income tax. So that's encouraging people to move there. So this little map tells you a lot of information. So I'm gonna just keep diving right into it. So people may be leaving the northwestern states for reasons such as harsh winters, since temperatures and snow can be intense in these regions. Job availability is another factor. Companies are moving, like Tesla and Black & Decker. You know, guys like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk are moving out to Texas because the cost of living is cheaper, no income tax, and it's warmer. It's a warmer climate. Southern states, Sunbelt migrations trend continues. States in the South consistently rank well in the list of inbound moves on average. States throughout the Southeast, South, and Southwest continue to see their populations grow. Arizona, that's another hot one, no pun intended. Arizona and South Carolina have been in the top 5 inbound states since 2015. So they've been going strong for a while. So this is not just a quick fluke. Meanwhile, North Carolina and Tennessee have always been on the list, but reached the top 5 in 2016, while Tennessee usually sat in the 5th place, is now 3rd place for inbound moves. Florida and Texas, my top 2 that I love the most. Florida and Texas have also been in the top 12 since the first report in 2015. So that North American Moving Services started this in 2015. So Americans move to the South for several reasons, most of which are in sync with the trend of migration and out of the Midwest and the Northeast. States in the South have experienced job growth due to companies relocating. So Hollywood's a huge one. They moved from California to Atlanta, Georgia. A lot of people don't realize they're doing a lot of filming in Atlanta, Georgia because it's a lot less expensive to film there than it is in California. Southern states like Texas, Florida, and Tennessee don't have a state income tax. Arizona and the Carolinas have a state income tax, but the rates are relatively low, not surpassing 7%. A great way to check that is a little link here, businessinsider.com/personal finance. And of course, the warmer weather is a draw for many people, and some states may have hot summers, but the mild winter is worth it for sure for some cases. For those seeking to avoid congested areas, the South offers a lot of open space and opportunity to live more rurally, but with access to common conveniences. This may have been particularly important in the 2020s, and as individuals sought their own space and to avoid congested areas. So guys, I'm reading directly from this, but there's so much power in this stuff. Illinois, this is a reason why people are getting out of Illinois. Illinois has also been in the top 10 consistently over the past years for people going outbound. However, it only comes in the 9th place for outbound states in 2020 list. The state sits at around 30 to 35% of individuals migrating out of the state throughout the years. So there's a powerful load of information here. Top moving to and from metropolitan statistical areas. So if they're the destination they're moving to, so New Yorkers are moving to Phoenix, Anaheim, California is moving to Houston, Texas, San Diego to Dallas, Texas, Chicago, Illinois to Atlanta, Georgia, and Riverside, California to Denver, Colorado. So guys, this is a load of information. If you're asking like what is the best real estate market to buy in, I would highly recommend looking into this. I teach people how to buy and sell land, and guys, definitely smash that subscribe button. I'm giving practical insight, knowledge, tips, ninja tricks constantly from my own personal business. I've done over 310 land transactions. We buy houses, we flip houses, we wholesale houses, and then we take the funds from that to buy commercial apartment complexes, our building, and other things. So if you're interested in learning more about how to purchase land at crazy massive discounts and turning it into a business that serves you, your family, and others, head on over to thelandsharks.com. Schedule a call with my team. We'd love to see what your goals are, and if we feel like we're a great fit, I'd be honored to coach you.